but she's also launching a luxury fashion line.
All right, it's a big night for the Houston Rockets. They play Game 6 against the Golden State Warriors.
Yes, the Rockets must win tonight in order to force a Game 7. ABC 13 sports reporter David Nuno posted this preview to his social media.
So is this a legacy-defining moment for James Harden? I think so. A pair of games here, perhaps, to prove his worth here in the NBA's landscape of the most valuable players out there. Obviously, he won last year. He's probably going to win this year. But where does he stand when it comes to the playoff hierarchy? Because he has struggled in elimination games in the past. This is his opportunity to seize the moment, and for the Rockets to seize the moment. No doubt about it. Game 6, Rockets and Warriors. No Kevin Durant. Sorry. It is what it is. Rockets have to seize the opportunity, seize the momentum, and I think this is going to be the time where we see James Harden lift his game. He has not been the problem in these playoffs. People have spoken about it in the past, how he has been a problem in the playoffs. He has been fantastic. Yes, I know he only had 5 in the last fourth quarter, but he was involved in almost every possession of that fourth quarter. Bottom line is they have to get it done tonight, and they have to force a Game 7 and then take it from the Warriors. History reversing itself from last year. This is the Rockets' chance, and I'm feeling good about it. We'll have a lot more on ABC 13 throughout the afternoon, and of course tonight post-game as well.
All right, David, hopefully we can get it done.
We are feeling good about it.
And besides the Rockets game tonight, here's what else is happening tonight around town. The Astros continuing their series against the Rangers tonight at 7 o'clock. It's there at Minute Maid Park.
Comedian Fortune Feinster, who you may recognize from the Mindy Project, performing at Improv Houston at 7:30 and 9:45. She's also performing tomorrow. Tickets start at $25.
And you can also catch Band Gaia there, which features music, dance, and cool imagery there in the Outdoor Theater. That's coming up tonight at 8 o'clock.
8th Wonder Brewery has their 8-Bit Wonder event where you can play games like Mario Kart and Duck Hunt. Also listen to live music that begins at 5 o'clock.
And it's the first day of Comic Palooza there at the GRV. Prices range depending on when you go.
All right, HDX Plus Series hitting the road again and getting ready to head to A-League. We have you covered all next week. We're giving you a closer look into the A-League and West Chase areas to bring your unique community stories.
Local artists adding color and flair to the area with Mules R2, a t-shirt shop which takes pride in hiring from within the area. Plus, also a local hometown hero who won it all on the field during Super Bowl 51. Well, he's now paying it forward by inspiring students with his children's books.
HTX Plus A-League kicks off this weekend, so be sure to watch ABC 13 every day for a closer look at your community.
All right, extinct animals are about to show up at the Houston Zoo. We'll explain why.
But first, Eric is back with what's ahead for Eric.
Oh, guys, listen to this story. So it ends with a pawn shop. It ends with police swarming his house. We're going to hear from that dad as he explains himself on what was going on right here. Also, take a look at this, man. It's a very ominous picture right here. A car submerged in water here in Southeast Houston. We'll tell you about the miracle inside that car. Also, what you need to know about your insurance for your storm damage. We'll see you guys at 4 o'clock.
All right, Eric, thank you. Here's what's trending on Facebook, ABC.
David Tillman in the weather.
Yeah, and I know.
You have been trending here lately.
All right, I think we'll be quiet for the rest of the evening, guys. But first thing tomorrow morning, we'll start to see those storms develop once again. We're thinking areas from Houston to the east and to the south is the most likely place to see those storms. But when all is said and done from Houston to the east and south, a good 2 to 3 inches is going to be possible across the area. More coming in even farther to the south of there. We'll talk more at the weekend forecast.
All right, now here's what's trending on Facebook. ABC renewing Grey's Anatomy for 2 more seasons. It's currently in its 15th season.
On Instagram, the first movie trailer for the biopic about Judy Garland. It stars Renee Zellweger, who, as you may know, is from Katy, Texas.
Yes, now on Twitter, Kim Kardashian announcing the arrival of her fourth child, a boy by surrogate.
Meanwhile, on Google, happy Mother's Day. It's this Sunday, so you haven't got your gift for your mother yet. You've got 2 days.
You've got time. You've got time. And here's what's trending in the world of music. Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber teaming up for a new song called I Don't Care.
You can take me anywhere. You can be loved somebody. I can't hold the when I'm with my baby.
You know when you're at Ross and you find that perfect spring dress at that oh yeah price? Yes! That's yes for less. Score the latest spring dresses at 20 to 60% off department store prices every day at Ross. Yes for less. Whether you were born here or got here as fast as you could, Texas will capture your heart. Now through June 4th, buy 2 charms, get a charm necklace. bracelet free, up to a $72 value. James Avery, Artisan Jewelry.
You always stay on prescriptions. And so you went online. And got so confused that your brain went offline. Next time, ask your helpful CVS pharmacist. We created a proprietary search tool that analyzes ways to help lower your prescription costs. Just drop in before you conk out. See what you want to say at CVS Pharmacy.
I think, what's called?
I'm Paige. The little thing that I like about my grilled chicken sandwich is that it's picture perfect. It's juicy and it just has all the right combinations. I think I can be considered a grilled chicken sandwich influencer.
My name is Frank, and the little thing I like about the grilled chicken sandwich is the first bite. I love how juicy the chicken is, but there's also the tomatoes and the lettuce, and it's incredible. Make sure you get it with waffle fries. That's my favorite.
Seriously injured in a truck wreck? The insurance company will offer you pennies for your pain.
No go! Then call me, Jim Evans, the Texas Champ. I'll hammer the insurance company for you.
When you have hospital bills, lost wages, pain and suffering, you know who to call.
Me, I fight for it all. My client was hit by a big truck and had hip surgery. I put $400,000 in his pocket.
When the insurance company offers a little dough.
No go! Call me.
713-777-4000.
Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks again for 42 straight years. Is it magic? Nope. It's built with its high-grade, military-grade aluminum alloy body, best-in-class torque, payload, and towing. And today, the competition is following the big dog again. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks.
Get a F-150 STX for just $33,360 or all 2019 F-150s with 0% for 72 months at your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Help Mom capture her memories with charms and keep them close to her heart. Now through June 4th, buy 2 charms, get a charm necklace or bracelet free, up to a $72 value. James Avery, Artisan Jewelry. You know when you're at Ross and you find at a price that has you like, okay, that's yes for less. Say yes to the latest spring trends at 20 to 60% off department store prices every day. At Ross, yes for less.
All right, Sky Eyes Live right now. Flooded roads there on Jensen near Bennington in northeast Houston. You see that? Look at all of that water. That is not a river, folks. Those are roads, and we're keeping a close eye on this road and a lot of other flooded roads throughout our area.
Yeah, still tough to get around out there today. Now, if you are tired of the rain, you're not alone. Check out the gorillas at the Riverbank Zoo and Garden in South Carolina. The video gorilla is sitting in a dry spot before getting out of there, making a run for it to get inside. And one of them, Mama's got baby, she's trying to keep him dry too.
And speaking of the zoo, dinosaurs are roaring back to life this summer.
This is always really fun to see. The exhibit Dinosaurs features 17 life-sized animatronic dinosaurs amid the landscape of the Mesozoic era. You've been wondering what that looks like. The dinosaurs can move their heads and tails. They even spit water. This exhibit runs May 25th through September 2nd, so basically all summer. An adult value pass for $25 includes unlimited walks through the exhibit.
And we've shown you plenty of videos of ducks, even dogs, being rescued from storm drains.
We have, but in California this week, firefighters encountered something a little bit different. They showed up after somebody called in about a meowing cat stuck in that storm drain.
Yeah.
Look at this. It was not a cat. It was a fawn. It's unclear how the baby animal ended up down there, but firefighters did a fantastic job of rescuing the little guy.
We did. All right, so it's Friday night. You're looking to get out of the house. We'll talk about your weather coming up next. Stay with us.
How do you top the best treats and eats in Texas? Come into DQ and pile it on. Order up a juicy DQ burger and make it yours with all your favorite add-ons. Whether you like it spicy or crispy or cheesy. Want to top that? Treat yourself with our new brownie dough blizzard on. When you're hungry for the best treats and eats in Texas, nobody tops DQ.
It's a little dude. It looks like him. He got sandy blonde hair like he do. I think you played the video last week, Mo, where the dude was like, yeah, don't he like that kid?
An important reminder for women to make their health a priority. Schedule your well-woman checkup and preventive screenings. Get active. Nourish your body and mind with healthy foods and adequate sleep. Manage stress in healthy ways. And practice safe behaviors, including avoiding tobacco and limiting alcohol. Take these steps toward improved health.
Learn more about the many faces of UT Health and Women's Health at abc13.com.
From the start, C-Class was
Right, he'll tell your business. That's funny.
We never stopped
Yeah, the little
making
dude.
strong.
Right. Yeah, this little boy, he was, I guess they were buying tampons. And he was like, you want to get these? And she was like, get what? He was like, these for your butt. And she was like, excuse me? And he was like, yeah, you get these for your butt all the time. Or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but.
Sweet, juicy flavor.
Yeah, it was hilarious. Yeah, he looked like, I'm going to put a video up in a second.
Kroger gets the pick of the crop at savings we pass on to you. That's peak of the season freshness, priced right.
Are you dreaming about new floors but worried about the cost?
At Carpet Giant, we have flooring that fits everyone's budget.
With carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot installed. So when you're ready to buy,
come see the big guy. Carpet Giant. All Payless stores are closing. Take up to 75% off Payless. Okay, today the Social Security Administration released its annual list of the most popular baby names. Many were unchanged last year, so here we go. Emma remains at number 1 for the 5th year for girls, followed by Olivia, Ava, Isabella, and Sophia. Now for boys, Liam, number 1 for the 2nd time in a row, followed by Noah, William, James, and Oliver, the classics.
All right, it's Friday evening, and now you're probably going to want to go out and do some stuff. But David, how's the roads and weather going to hold up?
I think for this evening, we're going to remain dry. There only an isolated shower chance, but things get busy once again tomorrow. They're saying we've got high rain chances in the forecast for Saturday. Could see some flash flooding. Mother's Day is still looking pretty good with low humidity and a lot of sunshine.
We like the sounds of that. Okay, let's talk about the fashion bubble amongst us.
What's Manimal's real name? I try, but I'm like, Manimal, always very awkward. This is me this morning at the Star of Hope fashion show, the fashion show, which raises money, of course, for the Star of Hope. That was one of the models to model there.
Take it off. Take the jacket off.
That is not my forte, friends.
We're not hearing the women that started cheering at that point. Very well done. And great causes. Love it.
With bipolar 1 disorder, it can feel like there's too much to do, and you need to do it all. But mania, such as unusual changes in your mood, activity, or energy levels, can leave you on shaky ground. Help take control by asking your healthcare provider about Vraylar. Vraylar treats acute mania of bipolar 1 disorder. Vraylar significantly reduces overall manic symptoms and was proven in adults with mixed episodes who have both mania and depression. Vraylar should not be used in elderly patients with dementia due to increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol, weight gain, high blood sugar, and decreased white blood cells, both of which can be serious or fatal. Dizziness upon standing, falls, seizures, impaired judgment, heat sensitivity, and trouble swallowing may occur. Ask your healthcare provider. Vraylar can help you find your way.
The 13 after 13, Houston's severe weather.
Cold case murder. Is it solved after 34 years? He directed Mission Impossible, Hawaii 5-0. Has his killer finally been found? Did you ever think he would catch up with you? Then, the Bachelorette contestant who says he's fathered 114 kids. He's only 25 years old.
How open would you be to dating a sperm donor with 114 kids?
And is baby Archie named after Megan's cat? We get to the bottom of those sensational headlines embarrassing the new mom. Plus, uber rich. Beyonce, Gwyneth, Leo, Ashton.
How they invested in Uber early and now they're cashing in.
Then, will your dog come to your defense when a bad guy comes after you? Inside Inside Edition puts your best friend to the test.
I really thought she was gonna protect me.
And the famous face in hot water for hiding under a veil. Plus, Wendy's Fury.
For you lonely girls who can't keep your hands off other people's men, there's a hot place in hell for you.
And Mother's Day tribute to moms everywhere. Now, Inside Edition with Deborah Norville.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. It is a Hollywood murder mystery that has taken 35 years to solve. Now, officials say the very cold case of the murder of a director who worked on some of TV's biggest shows has been solved thanks to modern DNA technology and some cigarette butts that sharp-eyed investigators didn't ignore. As Jim Murray reports, a suspect is now in custody.
This guy with the long gray beard has just been charged with the murder of a top Hollywood TV director. A cold case that has baffled cops for 35 years.
Could you have done this murder, though? It's possible. Anything's possible.
The murder victim, Barry Crane, directed some of television's most iconic shows in the 1970s and 80s. Dallas. Hawaii Five-0. Mission Impossible. Wonder Woman. And many of his other shows are still in reruns to this day. The 57-year-old director was found by a housekeeper dead in his garage in his Studio City townhouse north of Los Angeles. He was naked and wrapped in blankets. He'd been bludgeoned by a large ceramic statue and been strangled with a telephone cord. And there was evidence inside that a struggle had taken place. Crane was also one of the world's top bridge players, known as the Babe Ruth of bridge. We spoke with his bridge partner, Carrie Sanborn, who was scheduled to play with him in a tournament the weekend he was murdered.
To hear that this is actually finished is such a relief, and it's a 35-year-old cold case, a mystery. We're thrilled.
Police say the clue that led to the arrest came from a fingerprint left by the killer on Crane's white Cadillac Eldorado. Also found inside the car, cigarette butts with the killer's DNA. The suspect, Edwin Hyatt, was found living outside Charlotte, North Carolina. Police collected cigarette butts outside Hyatt's auto repair shop. There was a DNA match, police said.
Happy to do the best I can, guys, just to get through this. I just don't have a past because God's taken it from me. Everything that I'm at today is totally different lifestyle from where I was before.
Would you have done this murder?
No, I don't have any good memory at all, guys.
Hyatt appeared in court today in a wheelchair. Hard to believe that despite his appearance, he was just 52 years old. He would have been 18 at the time of the murder.
I don't remember until they told me his name. I didn't remember his picture.
I was like, wow, finally we get to know.
Hyatt has been charged with murder. He'll be extradited back to California. Something different on the latest season of The Bachelorette. A contestant who claims he has fathered 114 kids. Is that even possible? Did this contestant on the new season of The Bachelorette really father 114 children? Hannah Brown's Search for Love premieres next week after she was rejected by Colton Underwood on The Bachelor. Among her suitors, Mateo Velez, who claims to be a sperm donor who has helped create 114 children, according to his bio on the show's website.
How open would you be to dating a sperm donor with 114 kids?
Is this really something you want to lead with on your dating profile? So why do women want to take advantage of Mateo's genetics? Here's what we know about Mateo. He's 25 years old and a management consultant from Atlanta. He says he's the strong and silent type. He's also in killer shape. So it's easy to see why he's in such demand as a sperm donor. Oh, and he also has a special talent. He can jug a gallon of milk in 10 seconds. Here are the photos to prove it. But is his claim true? Is it really possible that Mateo fathered 114 children?
You might believe that, but that would be a stretch.
Scott Brown of California Cryobank says he has his doubts.
It's unlikely to have fathered 114 kids at this point, especially in the sperm banking industry in general. Most sperm banks are shooting for a goal similar to ours of 25 to 30 family units.
We spoke with Bachelorette host Chris Harrison, who promises lots of drama this season.
It gets physical. Yeah, I mean, it goes from verbal, mental to physical, these guys getting after each other. And it all has to center around Hannah and fighting for Hannah.
But it's hard to beat the drama of the contestant who says he fathered 114 kids.
Wow.
A busy man.
The Bachelorette premieres on Monday.
Boy, that
The
probably
name
hurt.
chosen from Master Archie Mountbatten Windsor, better known as Baby Sussex, has prompted a lot of conversation. How did Harry and Meghan come up with Archie? Stand back and reports British tabloid claims Meghan named her baby after her childhood cat. I don't get about that story. It just might be the wackiest Meghan Markle story yet. Is baby Archie named after Meghan's beloved cat from childhood? Headlines like did Prince Harry and Meghan Markle name baby Archie after her pet cat have been picked up around the world after Britain's most popular newspaper, The Sun, Meghan's former friend is saying it's no surprise she named her new baby Archie. She loved that cat. Some wise guys on social media
and a couple of them did it in the middle of
Archie's first public appearance in place of the adorable baby a cat. But is the story true? Or is this another attempt by the anti-Meghan British press to go after the American-born Duchess? Well, Inside Edition can set the record straight. Meghan did have a cat growing up, but he wasn't named Archie. His name was Reject, according to Meghan's half-sister, Samantha. Meghan did have other cats in her life, as seen in this home video when she was a young actress. But no Archie, despite the inaccurate photo caption, Meghan Markle and her beloved pet cat, Archie. In other baby Archie news, it turns out that Windsor Castle is right on the Heathrow Airport's busy flight path. The royal couple's home, Frogmore Cottage, is just beyond the castle walls. 14 planes pass within a mile of their home every half hour. In fact, we're coming right now. Just listen to that noise. Meghan and Harry reportedly dropped $66,000 to soundproof their home. Carol tells our Meghan Alexander she can relate. A lot of honking horns, traffic, just like Meghan and Harry. Carol soundproofed her home. She hired City Quiet, which creates custom windows that claim to eliminate 95% of noise.
Keeping out the noise is paramount when you have a small child.
Now that the soundproof windows are installed, let's put them to the
Hell no.
test.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
If we is going, that's pretty good.
There you go. My man. My man.
Recent study showed parents of baby get less than 5 hours sleep. Ride-sharing company
Cut that damn beard so it's
did not trade at the higher end of the expected range. The fact that the company is now on the stock exchange means many of its early investors are seeing green and Steve
I see you got some socks on too, boy. Bright and clear.
Ashton Kutcher played a dopey character on that 70s show.
Where's the hot water, bro? We're ready for the flood tonight, huh?
And as of today, he is now uber rich. Uber went public today, meaning its stock is now available to anyone who wants to buy it on the New York Stock Exchange. But for a handful of investors who got in on the action early, a massive windfall is headed their way, and Ashton Kutcher is one of the lucky few.
Porky Pig himself talking about somebody sometime.
All expected to walk away with millions of dollars in profit. Company executives looked thrilled as they rang the opening bell on Wall Street this morning. These are both technology reporter with CNBC.
So if you were an early investor, which many of the people we've been talking about were, this is an enormous opportunity that may only come around once in a lifetime.
Disgraced cyclist Lance Armstrong also invested early, kicking in $100,000. He says the investment has, quote, saved my family after his endorsement deals dried up in the wake of the doping scandal. Armstrong's Uber investment could now be worth more than $8 million.
A lot of the people that you're talking about, Lance Armstrong, Jay-Z, Jeff Bezos, even Eric Schmidt of Google, they got in very early through word of mouth, really.
One of the biggest winners is Beyonce. She performed at an Uber private party. Instead of earning her usual estimated $6 million fee, she was given a small percentage of the company, which today could be worth $50 million or more.
You heard them mention Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, as an investor. He invested reportedly $3 million in Uber. That's now estimated to be worth roughly $400 million. We love our pets, and we're pretty sure our pets love us. But have you ever wondered how your dog would react if you were attacked? Will they come to your defense or just whip out? We put 4 dogs to the test.
Will your dog protect you if you're ever attacked on a walk? This husband and wife out for a stroll with their dog in Dallas when suddenly they're ambushed at gunpoint. She never attacks or bites anyone and later goes back and lays down next to her terrified owners. We wanted to see how someone would respond if an assailant confronts their master. Judy Barrett has total confidence her dog Darcy won't whip out.
There's no doubt in my mind that she would protect me.
Assisting us in our experiment are professional personal protection dog trainers Mike DeBruzzo and Nathaniel Bonilla. Judy is on a walk with Darcy at this park in upstate New York when suddenly our robber jumps out. Unfortunately, all Darcy sees the leg.
I really thought she was going to protect me.
Darcy was not going to protect anyone. Okay, but what if you have a German Shepherd, a breed you can release to chase down bad guys? He's got the dog coming at him. Well, Gracie's instincts kick in when it counts. Her owner is Dan Ortiz.
That's what kills us every time, man.
Every time in the world like that, Gracie gets aggressive and darts after him. She's a German Shepherd. Or do you see someone running away? Some of her genetics popped in. And if you let her go, she would have likely chased after Nate and probably would have bitten him. And this is Zoe. She sure looks intimidating.
Zoe's around. She's almost 4 years old. And she's actually
I'm gonna check on you. Oh, I'm gonna check on you. I'm gonna call and check on you. You know you can get He said that shit one time, man. One time.
Which is typical of the dog that was never exposed to but she showed up
but she definitely stayed right there by my side.
Oh, you for real, man? Oh my God.
Bro, I'm lucky I hit the bed and not the dresser, bro, because
Oh man. Oh man, that's great.
Our experts say
yo, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much, man.
That's hilarious. Plus, when he's furious,
Man, you funny.
And Mother's Day tribute to moms everywhere. And, oh dear. Inside Edition with Deborah Norville will be right back. You can win a trip for two to see Live with Kelly and Ryan in New York and the American Idol finale in LA. Coast to coast. Winners receive airfare accommodations and VIP tickets to Live and Idol on ABC. Here's your winner. Your chance to win a trip to see the American Idol finale and Live with Kelly and Ryan. Go to sunny99.com for details. And don't miss Live weekday mornings at 9 and American Idol Live coast to coast Sunday nights at 7 on ABC 13.
You're there at Ross, and you find that perfect spring dress at that oh yeah price? Yes! That's yes for less. Score the latest spring dresses at 20 to 60% off department store prices every day at Ross. Yes for less.
Update your floors with Empire Today's $50 room sale. Buy one room, get floors for all other rooms for just $50 each. So when you buy one room, it's only $50 for laminate in the kitchen, $50 for carpet in the bedroom, and $50 for hardwood in the office. There's no limit. Buy one room, and it's $50 for floors in each additional room. Schedule now. 800-588-2300 today.
Hear that? That's 50,000 Texans. That's how many of us pick Texas Oncology every year. Singers, dreamers, like me. With stories like mine. About being so much more than just a patient.
So get your story started with Texas Oncology. And see what all that cheering's for. You know when you go to Ross and find exactly what you need?
Hey man, is Ross like Marshalls or JC or TJ Maxx?
That's yes for less. Everything your pet needs at 20 to 60% off specialty store prices at Ross. Yes for less.
Chief weather forecaster David Tillman, weekdays at 11 and 4. Legendary singer Randy Travis, next in an edition. The strong that left him debilitated, and the devoted wife who takes care of
that 350 here at the end of the game. And you doing all this? I almost woke up everybody now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We talking about.
If you're outside and it starts raining, what do? Well, guess what? Gorillas do the same thing.
I'm the man doing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get right. And then overhead and a certain South Carolina as it downpour hits. And just like we do, they huddle against the wall to stay dry as they move to a different spot. Even this big fella wants to keep out of the rain. Horrendous weather continues to bring chaos to the state of Texas, and it's all documented on social media. The torrential rain poured through the retractable roof of the Houston Astros Stadium. Imagine needing an umbrella indoors. As these garbage cans are blown away at a Houston gas station. In Las Vegas, an amazing lightning storm turns not into day. Powerful stuff. When you go to the beach, there are all kinds of things you might see in the water. And deer
The beautiful animal was in distress as she somehow found herself struggling in the ocean at the Jersey Shore. 17-year-old Sam Crawford was surfing. He spotted something moving up and down in the water. Oh my God, it's a deer. The deer was struggling to stay afloat in the frigid 50-degree water.
I gave him a couple of pictures. So it's swimming really fast, and I kind of went towards the beach.
Others joined in the rescue.
So I carried him like he was a dog.
The deer was carried to the shore, long enough to be back on dry land.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wendy's Fury. And Mother's Day tribute to moms everywhere.
Go Walk and Skechers Go Walk 5, our most advanced walking shoe yet. We deliver technology in every step, featuring impact-producing Skechers Comfort Pillars, air-cooled yoga mat insoles, and a shoe that's now machine washable. We made the best better. Skechers Go Walk 5.
Spring Fling is on at Star Furniture and Mattresses. Save 15 to 25% on everything. Plus, get a free gift with purchase. Plus, a $100 gift certificate. Incredible. 25% off on bedrooms, dining, and more at Star.
How do you top the best treats and eats in Texas? Come into DQ and pile it on. Order up a juicy DQ burger and make it yours with all your favorite add-ons. Whether you like it spicy or crispy or cheesy. Want to top that? Treat yourself with our new Brownie Dough Blizzard of the Month. When you're hungry for the best treats and eats in Texas, nobody tops DQ. That's what I like about Texas.
Man, that's a cool looking hot tub.
It's so sweet.
Maybe too sweet? Parents down.
Your home is only as smart as your internet. Get reliable AT&T fiber and get speeds up to 300 megabits per second and direct TV. Bundle for $75 a month for 12 months. Limited availability may not be in your area. More for your thing. That's our thing. Call 1-800. Call AT&T.
Sweet, juicy flavor. Local, organic. As one of America's largest produce buyers, Kroger gets the pick of the crop and savings we pass on to you. That's peak of the season freshness, priced right.
Right when.
Tomorrow's here. It's protection for your receipt with alerts that will actually tell you something's wrong and no charge for repairs. Crispy rate and
Constellation.com/get milk. And you can purchase some electricity for Christmas
You be like, it's like my damn family. You know what I'm saying? I gotta wear all 3 weeks. I want to say, hey, that ain't my fault. You can't see, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna work out. That ain't my fault. You should have bought it and put it in the refrigerator or something.
Meteorologist David Tillman, boy, what a difference 24 hours makes. We see cloudy skies out there. No rain across the city right now. None of the same rain at this time, and I think we'll make it through the evening without any major problems. However, disturbance is producing some showers and storms and even snow across parts of the Rockies.
I gotta say, though, you pretty smooth with it. You stop more today.
Flash flood is still a possibility. We'll talk about it all coming up.
Madonna was hoping to go through the airport unnoticed, but she ended up drawing a lot of attention to herself.
Who's that wearing a burqa? It's Madonna. The 60-year-old pop star was photographed at JFK Airport in New York, covered head to toe in black with a burqa-style scarf over her face. Many are calling it an outrageous publicity stunt designed to draw attention to her new single, Brave, which came out today.
I want to see you doing it for everybody. On call. On call. On stand on when I'm ladies and I'm say bye. I'm gonna put it right now. Yes, sir. On call. I don't want no. Hey, listen. On call, man. On call. You make it sound like on call. I do want it. I do want it, but I want to make my stipulation. Come on, bro. You gonna sit there and say,
Stay away from married men. There are a lot of women with no respect.
You make me bet. Let's go. You ain't want to do anything. Because you know good well, you gonna be struggling doing the push-ups, bro. You know that. You better walk in here with your
Natasha has his divorce and her husband after he allegedly fathered a child out of wedlock with his purported mistress. Wendy's Brad came when she spoke about Aisha Curry, who said in an interview that some female fans have gone
I'll take that bet, bro.
NBA superstar Steph Curry.
I know you thought about it, but you got to recap for that. You like,
can't keep your hands off people's men.
Hey, you a true Houstonian fan, you can take that back, bro. But we don't, you're not. Oh, wait. So, you know, you a true, what kind of true fan are you? I ain't know that. I ain't know that. Rocky fans tell you that.
So before they sit you down, give your booty a confidence boost. Come first, then
we don't know what team you like. I ain't got no team.
Down
you know your team like you so-called say you do. Oh, Mo. Hey, Mo. Yeah, I know. Take that back, Mo. I know.
Is living with metastatic breast cancer, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of her body.
You want to dang call it back, but when I call you to back, man, you can't.
Metastatic breast cancer as the first hormone-based therapy. Ibrance plus letrozole is significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus letrozole. Patients taking Ibrance can develop low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infections that can lead to death. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, breastfeeding, or common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite. Corey calls it her new normal, because a lot has changed, but a lot hasn't. Ask your doctor about Ibrance, the normal prescribed anti-HIV, HR-positive, HER2-negative, and NBC.
Hey, man.
Sponsorship for Inspiration.
Abdominal pain, discomfort. You may be the 1 in 6 living with IBS. Ask your doctor about prescription ID Guard for the daily dietary management of IBS. ID Guard.
You know what we should do? We should do that.
Digestive aisle at major retailers.
Call it out, have a code word so that people don't even understand what you're doing and why. Just make it look dumb.
Gives the nourishment it needs and keeps it there longer with technology.
Look at that boy, look at the flow like.
Right. Be like, why is this crazy nigga doing push-ups in the middle of the floor? do it.
Stay tuned.
Nah, we got
Happy
nah.
Mother's Day, Houston.
Nah, you gotta do something stupid like call out Computer Blue from the Dave Chappelle skit. I want some pancakes or something. This bores me.
Hi, Jesse Bauer here, totally focused on Memorial Day. Go time for furniture shopping, especially here at Rooms to Go, where our Memorial Day sale starts right now. Get top styles, top quality, great Memorial Day sale prices on room packages, and other amazing buys. Plus, get 60-month interest-free financing. It's a Memorial Day sale the way it should be. Easy, fast, affordable. And you get it all now at Rooms to Go.
If your bath needs a remodel, Bath Fitter can give you a beautiful, custom-made tub with seamless walls that's built to last. We guarantee it, because at Bath Fitter, we use one of the highest quality premium materials in a wide range of styles and patterns, so you can design a tub you'll love. With installation in as little as 1 day, with no demolition. Now that's something to smile about.
Call now to book your free in-home consultation or visit bathfitter.com today.
That's a good day.
Finally, Mother's Day is Sunday, and we hope your special day goes so
Well, that's the point. Right.
This mom couldn't have been more delighted when she saw her soldier son. Hey, you'd think this mom was running a marathon. She was so excited to see her Marine son. This mom is a soldier, and she created her own moment of joy by surprising her little boy in class. This mom thinks it's just a regular dinner in the restaurant until she looks up and sees her son. This mom was waiting to surprise her son. He can't let go when he sees her. This family is giving mom a well-deserved new stove.
When all them fire chicks kept coming in back to back. Oh, bro. What was that, Saturday? That's how fire coming in.
Right.
I was going to highlight 10.
Yeah, about 3 10s back to back to back.
Cold 10. What? I have to stop that
Happy Day, Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
ABC 13, Eyewitness News at 4. Now, breaking news.
And now at 4, new details coming out concerning missing 4-year-old Malia Davis. Community activist Brian and Malia's mother making an urgent statement today. And now even more questions coming out as the case takes a new twist.
And daylight showing the dramatic images in Northeast Houston as homes and cars took a beating from the severe storms that passed through.
Like I-4 today. And then you'll be the sponsor, right?
This is what I got.
Yeah.
I don't know one under 18 here, but he's barely used, 7.5 months old. What do you think he's worth?
Yeah, Florida man thought he had a pretty good joke right here, but no one is laughing ahead. The new video that shows him trying to pawn off his own son. But we begin with new allegations coming out in the case of missing 4-year-old Malia Davis.
Her mother and community activist Amber Alert for? An urgent statement in Malia's.
Yeah, I tried to share it on Facebook and it said Facebook bans this type of message or something like that.
Allegations of abuse against her former fiance, Darian Vance. But that's not all. Let's get straight to ABC 13's Maya Shea, who is listening in. Maya, this new information stirring up even more questions, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really just an emotional afternoon full of new questions. The key here is that Quanell says the mother has not told investigators all of the information, and that the last time she saw Malia here was on April 30th, but they also refer to the cameras you see right there at a neighbor's apartment complex that captured some startling images, and we have some of those images exclusively for you. Sobbing uncontrollably, Malia Davis's mother, Brittany Bowens, let community activist Quanell X speak for her, admitting she has not been fully honest with police.
But we need Mom to do the right thing and tell everything she knows.
And we need the truth about what happened to young Malia to come out.
Cornell X now says on April 30th, the day Bowens left for her father's funeral, she got in a fight with Darian Vance, Malia's stepfather. The day after, Cornell X says a neighbor's surveillance camera captured Vince leaving the house with bleach and a laundry basket. Sources provided this image from that video to Eyewitness News.
It captures the stepdad coming out of the apartment with a bottle of Clorox, a laundry basket, and inside the laundry basket, a garbage bag.
The mother also says the night of the fight, she left Malia with Vince, but refused to answer his repeated phone calls.
He kept trying to get her to call him back. He kept trying to get her to respond. And she would not respond. She told him that she was giving back his ring and that she was not going to marry him. And I believe that caused him to snap in anger against young Malia.
Cornell does not know why Vince decided to go to the hospital last weekend with his son and make this initial assault report. Sources say this surveillance image shows Vince at the hospital waiting for treatment. Now, Malia's family says Vince is nowhere to be found. And it's important to put all of this in context. This is from the perspective
You got that, what's that, Karan Butler. You got the Karan Butler.
Houston police still doing its own investigation so far, not confirming anything on the record, but you did see those startling surveillance images.
I just feel like in 2019, it's like these cameras you don't see on the street, in convenience stores, everywhere. Stoplights.
Eyewitness News.
Extremely troubling new developments, Maya. Thank you. Now, with all these new details coming out today, we want to see what authorities think about this information that Malia's mother has been holding back in this investigation. We're going to start with the man who's been leading the search to find the little girl. Then we're continues our team coverage with more reaction.
Come with me, sir. It is a story that spans 2 counties, has people following every development in the story of a missing 4-year-old girl. And today's was a stunning admission from her mother. Through a representative, Quanell Act, she said she believes her fiancé, Darian Vance, molested 4-year-old Malia, and she did not disclose that to investigators. HPD, in response to our questions, said this is still an active investigation, and it has no comments on what the mother said today. CPS, which took custody of the children after Malia suffered a brain injury last year, could not comment either. The children will return to their mother this year. Sugarland police cannot comment because the alleged abduction did not take place in their jurisdiction. But what Texas EquiSearch founder Tim Miller said, that the mother's failure to give police that information cost valuable time, and it may have hampered, it may have stalled the search for her missing daughter. That said, EquiSearch is still very much involved in this and working to bring that child home. In Sugarland, Deborah Bigley, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
Right now, many are drying out and assessing all the damage after those strong storms that we had last night.
Yeah, so we know rivers, creeks, and bayous are still being closely monitored this afternoon, and Sky 13 was over Sims Bayou here near the Gulf Freeway. So far, so good. The water levels are here anyway. We're also getting new images of the Brazos River this afternoon. Water levels are still creeping up to this overpass near Rocheron, and then we take you over to the northeast side here, where you can see water is taken over First Road near East Mount Houston.
Our flash flood watch continues as we still have a threat of heavy rain until tomorrow night. As for our Mother's Day forecast, things are actually looking good. Let's check in with our chief forecaster, David Tillman.
And it's good reason they're putting the flash flood watch out, because we do have another round of rain on the way. And we've seen so much rain over the last 7 days. Bullseye for the highest amount, nearly 15 inches there right at the northeastern tip of Harris County. Inside of the Beltway, we've seen anywhere from 3 to as much as 10 inches of rain over the last 7 days. And of course, we've had that huge bullseye of rain from parts of Fort Bend County back into parts of Worden County, up to 14, 15 inches of rain there as well. Here's the flash flood watches for most North and Southeast Texas, where another 1 to 3 inches of rain is going to be common. A couple of places could get as much as 5 inches. They've taken the northwest part of the viewing area out of the watch because we think the heaviest rain is going to be concentrated from Houston to the east and to the south for the most part. Right now, things are quiet out there. I think we'll have a nice, quiet evening coming up for your Friday. But then as we get into Saturday, that's when things will begin to take off once again. Here's 10 p.m. this evening, nothing happening at that time. Here's 7 o'clock in the morning, scattered heavy thunderstorms begin to develop across the area, and they just begin to expand inland as we get into the afternoon. So looks like another wet and stormy day for tomorrow. We'll talk more about that at the rest of your weekend in just a few minutes.
All right, David, thanks a lot. And at this hour, many around the county are still without power after last night's storms. 18,000 remain without power, mostly in Humboldt, Baytown, and South Houston. Now, the company says they're working as fast as they can to get the power restored. As we know, it was also a busy night for first responders during the storm.
Yes, take a look at these numbers from the Harris County Sheriff's Office. They responded to 93 calls of drivers stranded in high water, 17 high water rescues, and there were 3,000 emergency calls made during a 6-hour period. That is 4 times the normal volume of a regular day.
Jump out of the bed. It looked like they were just banging on the walls every direction.
Last night's storm system dumped some heavy hail on one northeast Houston neighborhood. From dented cars to busted out windows, you can see the damage left behind here. Take a look at this video. ABC 13 reporter Erica Simon joins us live there with more. The damage there pretty unbelievable, Erica.
It sure is, Eric, and we found one church here on the corner of Oates and Evangeline, Iglesia de Dios, or Church of God. Every Thursday night they hold a women's prayer service here. So last night when the women heard loud banging, they got scared, and rightly so. Just look at what the hail did. It shattered glass and completely knocked out windows like this one, leaving a path of destruction.
Yeah, well, take a while at Iglesia de Dios, but the process is underway. Like other homes, cars, and businesses in the area, it was pummeled here by hail. From the sanctuary to the children's building, almost every home was impacted. It was unexpected and something the pastor won't soon forget.
We've never seen something like that. Thank God no one hurt. You know, like just physical thing, material things, you see. And but everybody, thank God, is safe. And we have a break on the weather. Sunday, another thing will be okay.
A little bit of joy there in the midst of a bad situation. And speaking of Mother's Day, the race is on to patch up, board up, and clean up this area for Sunday so that moms and their families can enjoy that service. We're live in Northeast Houston. Erica Simon, ABC 13.
So it's $2 a swipe, so it'll be 22.
Damage there. And the fire department tried to find the exact cause of the fire that engulfed a $2.6 million mansion in Friendswood here. Sky I-13 over the mansion right now.
No, he's over there now, but we haven't seen him for a couple of days. I don't know.
The damage, trying to see exactly what caused this. Let's get up to Don Armstrong. Don, the pictures last night were just incredible, and now the damage, so heartbreaking to see this structure. All right, I'm not sure if we do have Don Armstrong. We'll try to get.
All right. Is 22 okay?
Actually, all the way from the inside out, and I've not seen too many fires like this. Of course, we heard earlier reports that there was a big lightning storm over this property at the time when firefighters arrived, and they were unable to get their ladders in the air to fight it from the air, and that, I'm sure, helped bring this mansion to this family had to go through this. As you can tell, there's really
You got nothing good to say, don't say it
it's
out.
a beautiful piece of property down in Friendswood in complete ruins. Reporting live from Scott, Don Armstrong, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
And Don, if you kind of zoom out right here, you were talking about the property as we know, and you might have mentioned this as kind of your audio cut out for a second, but we know when this was built in 1986, it was originally built as an event center. It is around 15,000 square feet, not to mention the pool house and the barn back there. And it really made
What's your name, man?
I know a lot of people
Herbert, I'm Sean.
are well aware of this property as well.
Have a good one.
Yes, that's what I understand, Eric. This is a famous piece of property, and it's been here for quite some time. And I understand also that this was actually used as an event venue before the Wisniewskis bought it. But they have been residents here for quite some time now, and an absolutely stunningly beautiful piece of property.
There's a lot of weddings and big family events, but luckily everybody got out safely. Again, just what a beautiful property. Hoping they'll rebuild it even better. Thanks a lot, Don, for all the pictures. They were stunning. And as we were kind of alluding to, officials not sure if weather was the cause. We did know that there was a huge lightning storm at the time of the fire, but again, there's no official cause at this point. As we noted, everyone did make it out safely. And this is what the home looked like before the fire. Again, it was an event venue, White House Ranch, and it had been recently remodeled. We did speak with the homeowners. You'll hear from them coming up at 4:30.
Okay, there was also a dramatic rescue in Southeast Houston. The Houston Fire Department tweeting out these photos of rescue crews working to save a person that was trapped inside of that blue car. You can see it was flipped upside down in a water-filled ditch. Luckily, firefighters say that person survived and was rescued safely. Great work out there last night. Well, this is the Snapchat prank that led to a manhunt for one Florida father. There's surveillance footage that doesn't have a whole lot of people laughing.
That one wasn't really in forte. Said, how convenient is the back seat of your ride-share car? One of the places that are the most preserved and everybody like ride to your destination.
I don't know if we want to know about that. Also, the Rockets getting ready for Game 6. We are taking you live to the Toyota Center as they get ready to tip off.
The last episode before the finale, the top 5 take on the songs of a legend, Elton John. Who will be left standing? American Idol live coast to coast on ABC. Introducing the Triple Bonus price like that, you don't need some silly
Before it's gone. Move it out the way so you can go in the restaurant.
Look at those CDs, that. It's a brand new vehicle. Like, that really makes it easy to unload all those little maniacs. Sure does. Hey, honey, we should get one of those and have like a ton more kids.
Yeah, I love that. More kids.
Yeah.
Introducing the all-new.
That's another $1,000. It take you 1,000 steps to get to that barbecue? Nah. Are you dancing on your way?
Because I ate additional 1,000.
Okay. It took 10 steps forward and took 20 back.
It's the Memorial Day sale at Rooms to Go. Time to shop and save on the furniture you've been wanting for your home. Save on our incredible selection of sets on sale now. 60 months interest-free financing to make buying celebrate with amazing sale prices and low interest-free monthly payments for 60 months. Hurry in. The Rooms to Go Memorial Day sale is going on now.
Ready for summer?
Nissan is. You can't miss out during the summer of SUV sales. All you need is a great camera. And a change of scenery. Save on it all from Nissan's summer of SUV sales. Save up to $4,500 on the 2019 Murano, or save up to $5,500 on the 2019 Armada.
Well, now they shrunk in the drive.
Deals on drive it at $4.99 triple bonus jack out the bar with 4 meat, more cheese, special secret sauce, plus 4 guys in the drink.
Price like that, you don't need some silly giveaway. Get it before it's gone.
We're back to the latest on that deadly school shooting in Denver. So far, no charges have been filed against the 2 students suspected of shooting 9 classmates, and one of those fatally. 18-year-old Devin Erickson here and 16-year-old Maya McKinney were expected to hear charges against them today, but now it's been delayed until next week. No one as to why, except both prosecutors and defense agreed to it.
It was just
wasn't me, dog. Wasn't me, man. Hey, I'm just seeing what I heard, man.
After he tried to pawn his own son.
That's what I got. No under 18 in here, but He's barely used, 7.5 months old. What do you think he's worth?
So there he is, Brian Slocum, the single father of 7-month-old Caden. He says his nephew convinced him to make a silly videos on Snapchat, pretending to sell his son was just his latest stunt. Well, the pawn shop owner was not amused.
This is not funny. This is not funny. This is serious business.
First, Slocum left the store. That owner called police. A few hours later, Slocum was all over the news. He called into police to explain the whole thing. Officers soon swarmed his home.
What are we trying to get out of finding? Oh, hilarious. First I ever heard that. And that's a lot of resources and time and money that went into it. How can you letter something like that?
Slocum is not being charged. He says he has learned his lesson. He warned that a lot of young people don't realize their actions on social media have consequences, and now hopefully he realizes that his do. A rough ride on Wall Street today for Uber as its first day becoming a publicly traded company crashed into the negatives. Uber's shares started trading about $2 below its initial public offering price of $45. That wasn't the case for ride-sharing rival Lyft. Its shares soared during its initial public offering in late March, but have since fallen. Uber's timing could be to blame with all the uncertainty over the trade spat going on right now with China.
Okay, everybody, if you do ride-share, listen to this one. It might bother you a little bit here. It's second nature, as we know. When your Uber or Lyft pulls up, you hop in the back seat, right? You check the license plate and make sure the driver photo matches what's on the app, but you should also make sure that you have hand sanitizer when you sit in the back seat. Listen to this. According to a study by insurance company, net quote, look at this, the average ride-share vehicle has about 219 times as many germs as the average taxi, which is cleaned regularly. It's nearly 3 times germier than the average toothbrush holder and more than 35,000 times germier than the average toilet seat as well. Now, the average number of germs in a ride-share vehicle is 6 million. 2 million in a rental car and just over 27,000 in taxis. The most germs on ride-share cars are on the window buttons and the seat belts. Door handles aren't as bad, though they are still far worse than door handles in personal vehicles. Think about all this before your next ride.
I think that maybe I won't, so that's pretty awful, Eric. Thanks. Well, the Astros continue their series against the Rangers tonight. A lot of fans wondering if they should take an umbrella. This was the scene during last night's game. I mean, that was real rain. Some fans there to cover, others just left. A lot of folks watching the game with their umbrellas out. We have more photos sent to us by ABC 13 viewers. Despite the rain, though, fans said it was worth it. They said it's all good. The Astros won and beat the Rangers 4-2. That's all that matters. Tonight's first pitch is at 7:10.
Again tonight, and the Rockets as well downtown, Dave.
So if the Astros were able to win with all that rain coming into the stadium, does that mean the Rockets are going to win coming up for tonight?
We are up until right into the must win.
I'm going to say yes. I think the Rockets will win tonight. James Harden and Chris Paul and the rest of the team will show up and give us a victory. All right, let's talk about the weather at this time. One more day of heavy rain, and then we've got some beautiful weather on the way for Mother's Day. Here's your weather timeline. For the rest of this evening, it'll be cloudy out there. It'll be a bit warm. Not as warm as yesterday evening when the temperature was knocking on the door of 90 degrees at this time. Most areas stay dry this evening. For Saturday, heavy rain, flooding likely for parts of the area. And then as we get into Mother's Day, sunny skies, warm then as well. Here's a look at Mega Doppler at this time. The last of the rain, that pounding rain that we had, is pulling away from us in the Gulf of Mexico. Inland areas are dry at this time. Rain chance for the rest of the evening, 20% at best. Out to the west, though, we're seeing thunderstorms fire across parts of the Panhandle. It appears that some energy is coming from this direction and pushing our direction by the jet stream. That means we have one more round of these heavy thunderstorms to go over southeast Texas. There's a look at pinpoint future tracks showing the activity in the Gulf pulling away from us for the rest of the evening, and we should be dry for the most part. Then watch what happens late tonight. We'll begin to see scattered storms develop towards sunrise. So most of the overnight will be okay, but towards sunrise we'll start to see these scattered heavy downpours develop. And look at this, they really expand all across the area as we head to the morning hours and into the afternoon hours as well. A good bit of Saturday is going to be wet, but here's the encouraging news. By 6 p.m., the computer models are beginning to say that these storms will start to pull onto the east of us. High pressure is going to start to rapidly build in behind the system, and that means most of the clouds will be gone, and we're expecting pretty much dry conditions coming in for your Mother's Day. Over the next 3 days, which pretty much all of this is going to follow the next 24 hours or so, about 1 to 3 inches of rain on average is going to fall here in Houston. Heaviest activity should be from Houston to the east and to the south towards the coast, and then on over towards the Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, and New Orleans areas. Less rain to the north and west. So you're going to be traveling, say, northwest up towards the Austin area. I think you might not see much in the way of rain. As we look outside, cloudy skies right now. Temperatures about 15 degrees cooler than where they were yesterday at this particular time. Here's a look at the forecast. Overnight tonight, I think we fall down to about 71 degrees. Flood watch remains in effect for most of the area for tomorrow, 75 for high. And then it looks like it's going to be dry and warm for pleasant morning coming up on Monday into the upper 50s, a high of 83. We've got a 20% chance for rain on Tuesday, 40% on Wednesday. And then look at that, we dry out again next Thursday and Friday.
All right, David, thanks a lot. All right, let's talk some sports now. As we know, it is do or die for the Rockets tonight, as they are just 1 game away from the series from the unthinkable. They're down 3-2 right now in this playoff series.
Yeah, but we're with David. We are not giving up, and we do believe the Warriors will be without one of their key players tonight. Kevin Durant now out for the rest of the series. That was big news yesterday. Let's go get over to sports reporter David Nuno live at the Toyota Center. So, David, how does Kevin Durant's injury affect the remainder of this series?
Well, I'll tell you what, obviously he's what they do offensively. He's their #1 scorer, their biggest threat with the ball. But that being said, the Warriors are pretty good without him. The last couple of years, 24-1 when Durant misses a game. So, and then let's not forget the core of this team won an NBA championship just a couple years back without Kevin Durant. That being said, he is such a high prolific scorer. The fact that he won't be on the floor obviously plays into the Rockets' hands. He's such a good shooter out there. Rockets defense has to play in check. Obviously, PJ Tucker now will be able to kind of fluctuate and cover some other players, which I think will help the Rockets in this series.
All right, David. James Harden is going for his second MVP trophy if he can get it this year. That's a regular series honor, regular season honor, I should say. He's got a reputation sometimes of always not performing in the playoffs. How big is tonight's game for James Harden to stop us from being eliminated?
Well, James has been phenomenal in these playoffs. I know people would like to go back to that entire take that he hasn't been there. He has struggled in some elimination games, so tonight could go a lot more towards that. But he has not been a problem at all for the Rockets these playoffs. He's been phenomenal. And you can compare his numbers with Kevin Durant. They're exactly the same pretty much throughout this series. So James obviously can take a huge step in these next 2 games on how the national legacy kind of plays out. That means that he should be a 2-time MVP. He should have won a couple years back, and I think tonight he'll put that on display.
Well, he can't do it by himself. Who has to step up tonight?
There's a few guys that need to step up. PJ Tucker's been huge in this series, but Clay Capella obviously needs to have a big game for the Rockets to be able to move on. And Chris Paul,